you in baseball is presented by Corona, and we welcome in the best leadoff hitter in baseball, Kerry Carpenter. What do you think of that title?
I don't know if I've earned that yet, but as long as I'm in the leadoff spot, I'll keep trying.
Yes, I love that. Dude, have you heard that call, the Mortal Kombat call? Because you're only 27. Do you even know what Mortal Kombat is?
See, I've never, I didn't know what it was, but I kind of get the reference a little bit.
You play video games?
I used to, not much anymore. So, back in high school and a little bit in college, and then I got rid of it and haven't got it since.
Okay, nice.
All right, so this is what I don't understand. Now, I want you to help me with this because, listen, I've been a fan of you. I love your swing. I love to get into it. I have a high school kid as a lefty. We watch your swing, everything about it. It's just the new age of hitting. I like to get into. I'm kind of the old school, when I say old school, but like playing that thing with the top hand. Now, the lefty-righty thing bothers me. I'm friends with AJ. I can call AJ, but this whole thing about lefty-righties, because is it something that when you're coming up, they just say, hey, we're going to go with the righty and lefty this day and age? Or how does that work with you, or you only preparing for right-handed, pitchers?
Yeah, it wasn't something that was talked about. I hit both in the minor leagues. I played every day and got every at-bat. And so once I got up to the big leagues, it was a little different. And I didn't really have the juice. And I don't know if I have the juice even now. But I just want to get every opportunity I can. And sometimes it's only against righties. But he's been giving me a lot more opportunities against lefties this year. And I've been feeling good. So I haven't – I mean, we've spoken about it a little bit. But I just want to keep earning that opportunity.
No doubt, no doubt. And I wasn't putting you in a bad spot because I am a fan of that swing. I'm like, that swing plays against lefty, righty, if he had forearms, and that's what I meant by that one right there. I want to take you back some goosebump stuff because you gave my family some goosebumps. You gave Dempster and Sarah some goosebumps.
I hear you.
And then this home run off Class A. I mean, is this something that playing wiffle ball in the backyard as a kid and wanting to be a big leader, like dream come true stuff right here, Kerr?
You said it perfectly. I mean, that's something that I dream about my whole life. And it's still surreal looking back on that, and that was such a blessing to be in that opportunity. And Jake Rogers, Trey Sweeney got on base for me, and all I wanted to do was put it in play and score a run, get the lead, and ended up being one of the coolest moments of my career.
Kerry, you are such a well-rounded individual, and we know this because we dug into your LinkedIn. As a teenager, you worked at a local Publix in Florida. What was the best perk about working in a supermarket?
The best perk. We didn't get any discounts or
What?
anything. Yeah, I know. I don't. Other than maybe. No, I paid for those. Yeah, maybe the $8 an hour was the perk, but yeah, that was about it.
Yes.
Dude, I love this. We have a lot more common than you think. I used to work at an IGA grocery store, and you worked at a Publix. I also love going to a Dick's Sporting Goods, and you worked at a Dick's Sporting Goods.
That's true.
I'm always curious, when the doors close and the customers leave, is there footballs getting thrown around? Are there basketball shots being made? What happens at a Dick's Sporting Goods after hours?
Believe it or not, so I'm pretty sure we closed at 10, and man, no, we wanted to get out of there. We were cleaning out and making sure everybody was gone. Some people like to stay in after the doors were closed, but yeah, we were making sure everybody was gone, and we were out of there. We wanted to get home and get to sleep.
Well, sleep is probably not something you get too much of these days. Let's talk about the apple of your eye, your daughter, who went to opening day. What did she think of the game?
So that was actually in Seattle, our second series, and thank God for my wife, because I think Colby was having a little bit of a hard time, but my wife and my wife's family walked her around and helped her stay calm in the environment. And as far as I know, Colby loved it, so it was awesome.
Listen, the wives are the most important thing in our life with it. Stress of the child. We complain, right, Kerr? We get back and we strike out off 98 or we ground out to adult play and we think the whole world's falling. And then you get home and then you hold your precious daughter and you look at your wife and that sigh of relief of just, daddy's home, right?
Amen. Oh my gosh, it's the best feeling in the world. It makes me forget about what happened, whether I did well or bad. So it was like it's the biggest blessing of my life.
Are you a diaper changer?
So I do, but my wife takes a lot of that responsibility. But if I'm ever around and she needs a change, I'll change her. I love it.
Yeah, I have 5 kids, so I did a lot of diapers. Yeah, Kevin was not a diaper changer. I changed a lot of diapers. I have boys and girls, and I learned this. When you're changing diapers, boys, you change from down below. Girls, you change from up top, because when they pee in 2 different directions. So you got to be careful when you're changing diapers.
I'll learn that if I ever have a boy.
but
yeah, exactly. I appreciate it. I need it.
All right. That's good stuff. I was just number one changer. I played off like I didn't want to do the number two, but I did because you're dad. But you had to play that off. But over about a year ago, I saw the interview on Chatting Practice with you and Sierra, and you talked about you wanting to get into your barbecue skills. Now, since that year, have you gotten anything like a grill, a Krager, or some of your skills coming together barbecuing? Because that could help out the wife also, who's learning to cook better.
So the extent of my cooking ability is about, burgers and steaks and chicken, some salmon on the grill. But I haven't gotten a smoker. I haven't learned how to do brisket or ribs or anything. But I think that's coming next. But right now, it's still pretty basic level.
You can head on down to Kevin's ranch and he'll show you a thing or two. Kevin's actually a really good barbecuer. He did steaks.
Send me the address. I need some help.
Okay, Kevin, what is it?
It's so basic. I'll give the address. You get 4 minutes. 4 minutes. It's an easy thing, though. I'm going to tell you quick. I just did it last night for me and my son. We got 4 minutes on the filet, and then you go 4 minutes on the other side, and then you go 1 and 1, and then you got a perfect medium to just maybe a tick medium rarish, but it's awesome.
That's perfect.
4 minutes, 4 minutes, 1 minute, 1 minute.
I got you.
Kerry, you also told me on Chatting Practice that you wanted to get better at Spanish. Entonces, ¿cómo estás, Kerry?
Muy bien, but I got a bad accent probably, so I'm still a little uncomfortable with Spanish. I can understand it a little bit, but yeah, I get a little nervous talking to
you. A bad
guys.
accent in Spanish. We don't know anything about that. Kevin.
Pechuga de pollo arroz blanco.
That sounds natural.
Hey,
chicken.
Kerry, things are going great, man. You guys are doing well in Detroit. You got a new baby girl, but you also have something really cool. You got a bobblehead that just came out. And it looks like you do. This is pretty awesome. Talk about how cool that is to have your own bobblehead.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, and people were talking about it, and it's surreal because I was growing up going to Rays games, getting Evan Longoria and Carl Crawford bobbleheads, and it's a full circle moment, and it's such a blessing. And they sent me a box of them, and I got to send it home with my mom and sister, and hopefully a lot of people in my hometown get it. A couple from my wife's family, so a bunch of people have been asking for it. I thought they did a great job, so it looks cool, and it's an honor.
That's what I loved about what you said about the bobblehead is you were like 10 out of 10, no notes.
Yeah.
Okay, to make this interview 10 out of 10, no notes, it's time for the final question. Secret Santos. Kerry Carpenter, tell us a secret about yourself that nobody knows.
A secret about myself that nobody knows.
We'll keep it right here, just us four.
That's a tough one. If you guys give me some parameters
you played an instrument in high school?
No instrument.
You were in choir?
Basketball? No, I'm pretty basic. It was basketball growing up, a little bit of golf, but yeah, I guess the secret is that I went to Virginia Tech, but I'm a diehard Florida Gator fan.
Whoa.
And so I guess
that's a good
so
one.
Go Gators.
Pete Alonso.
National champion.
Yes.
Pete Alonso, Alex Faedo. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yep.
See, that's a great secret, dude.
Great secret.
Yeah. Right.
Kerry, thanks so much for the time. Continued success this season. I love watching the Tigers, and we all love watching you. So thanks so much for joining us. Come back soon.
I appreciate it. I'm a big fan of you guys, and God bless. Thank you, guys.
Best Interview in Baseball is presented by Corona. La Playa awaits.
We always love to hang out with J.K. Simmons, who has quite the resume. My goodness, an Academy Award winner, supporting role with Whiplash, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. He's also been in The Accountant. He's been Spider-Man, we all know.
Goodness, in everything.
So many great movies. La La Land, oh my goodness.
Yes,
For the love of the game. So the call-up, we're calling up J.K. Simmons. J.K., good to see you. Thanks for doing this, man.
Thank you. My pleasure.
All right, full disclosure. When he walked in, we had the Tiger game live behind home plate, and he was watching it on his phone and wanted to get Tommy Kahnle through that 8th inning.
Which we did.
Yeah, with your help too, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
All right, so you cool talking about the first place Tigers? You're pretty dialed in on the team, right?
I'd rather talk about something else, really.
No.
Yes, please.
He is a die-hard Tiger fan.
I love it.
I mean, amazing.
So you want to jump into the highlight of the game?
Yeah, let's go to the highlight.
The Tigers are trying to avoid a sweep,
JK.
but to the hands of the Houston Astros. This young man's making his debut. AJ Baluba, that's how you pronounce it. And he looked good early. He's got a big arm. Family and friends were in the stands. Bottom one, Astros trying to score their first run of the ball game.
Leadoff hitter, Jeremy Pena, after making the adjustment, jumped on one. He ballooned that ball.
Now, you know the Cardinals are the only team that scored fewer first inning runs than the Astros. So it was about time they made that move.
Did not know that.
You didn't know that? All right. Again.
Now the real highlights come.
Who's this, JK?
That's Keith, right?
Yeah, Colt Keith.
Yeah, you love this guy, huh?
Yeah. Well, and when you sign a guy for 6 years before he's played a game in the big, you know.
Wow, you are dialed in.
Oh, yeah. This play right here broke the game open. We talked about this earlier. But that play right there, I thought Pena should have just went to first. It opened it up because it was a 2-1 game. And here come the Tigers.
And you get a rookie on the mound.
Yeah.
Oh, my. All right, so where do you stand on Javi Baez?
Have you been? Well, listen, the chase rate is way down. I mean, he's actually made some adjustments at the plate. I mean, I love the guy. Everybody in the clubhouse loves the guy. He's obviously been chasing too much for the last few years.
I'll tell you what, him playing center field.
What a hell of a playing a nice center field.
JK, you can just take over.
JK knows, man.
For one team out of 30, I'm good.
Oh, no, we'll see what you got to say later.
The Astros are getting back in it right there. Altuve with the big double that closed the gap a little bit.
Tarantini unloads. The Crawford boxes, that barely gets out.
340-foot home run.
Isn't that amazing? We go bottom 9. Tommy Kahnle, a lot of work in this game.
This is when JK was dialed in. He was like, leave me alone. I got to watch this.
Can you believe he throws so many changeups?
Yeah, how does a guy get everybody out throwing nothing but changeups? It's not a changeup from anything else. Yeah,
7-4. The Tigers get the win. They're 7 games over 500 now and in first place in the AL Central. And thanks to Javi Baez, Tigers fans are happy for Grand Slams presented by Dairy Queen. All right, JK, let's talk about Javi Baez. I've always said that a team cannot survive if your highest paid player is one of your 5 worst on your roster. And last year, that was the case.
Yeah.
Statistically, he was. Yeah. Did you ever imagine that he would be producing like this in 2025?
You always hope, and for a veteran like him to be willing to actually make some adjustments, and Torkelson also a young player, but he's made some big adjustments in the offseason. To see him cut down the chase rate, and he's just making contact. And now finally, because we're playing in a bandbox, he finally gets his first home run. But he's been driving the ball. He's been hitting the ball hard and coming up big in clutch situations and playing a really nice center field.
I was about to say, Harold likes him in center. Do you like him in center field?
I do. And AJ said the only criticism he had about Javi in center field, and you were talking about Altuve earlier playing left, he takes too long to get in to the dugout at the end of the half inning. Come on, get in here.
That's right.
You might have to bat.
Got to run in. Yeah. It was interesting when you were watching the Tigers come together. Last year, they really started turning that tide, right? You've been suffering through this last little stretch.
And they started turning 7-8 year stretch. Yeah.
They started turning the tide. Coming into spring training, were you thinking they had a chance to win the division this year?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, after that August and September, and then eliminating these guys in the playoffs, and optimism is always high in the spring, right? But I think it was justifiably high this year.
You've seen some great Tigers pitching. What's your impression of Tarek Skubal?
It's unbelievable. And like maybe 3 years ago, it was like Mize, Manning, and we also got this left-hander Skubal who might be good. And then, fast forward here, a unanimous Cy Young. I mean, the guy is unbelievable. And even the first 2 games of the year, which he took losses, he didn't pitch badly. He gives up 1 3-run home run in L.A. and boom, and then.
What are we even doing here?
Wait, so you're here because later you're going to give us your DP top 25,
right,
which Dan Plesac ranks the top 25 starting pitchers in baseball as they stand right now.
Right, so Skubal and then who?
So this week.
He saw my notes.
If you go back to April 1st, he had Tarek Skubal number 3 behind Wheeler and DeGrom.
Because of the slow start. The schedule that came out early in those couple of games in March.
You don't think it's defensive.
Okay.
Well, I am.
This comes out tomorrow, JK. I misspoke. It comes out tomorrow.
You'll be happy.
Do you think he should be the number 1 starter in all of baseball?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, even like I said, even those first 2 losses he took, he gave up basically 2 long balls that killed him. He's, a little biased, but I think he's.
So let me ask you a tough question. Justin Verlander someday is going in the Hall of Fame. Is he going as a Tiger?
I mean, it's been a long time. It's been a long time since he left Michigan. Obviously had great success there, had great success in Houston. JV, come on. We're the old English tea, please.
You threw out the first pitch on opening day of 2015. Were you nervous?
So nervous. I mean, like terrifying, like trying not to visibly shake because I know I'm on the big screen. But I threw from the rubber, and I'm saying I threw.
Oh, you threw from the rubber?
Yeah, he was all the way back.
I'm a man.
I watched.
No offense. No toxic masculinity here. I just threw from the rubber, did not bounce it, and a little bit of a frame job, but I'm calling it a strike.
Isn't it amazing when you get out there on the mound how small that catcher looks?
Oh my God!
It doesn't look that small. You watch a game on TV in the stands, all of a sudden you get on that mound, you're like, not only does it look far away, but he looks like he's about that big, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Dan always says it's through the glove, not to the glove.
Yes.
That's what he would always
aim a little higher.
What were you telling yourself when you were on the mound? Was there any mechanical thing you were trying to remind yourself?
Just don't do a 50 cent.
Yeah.
Don't bounce it.
I have this question for you, JK. Who's a better Tigers manager, J.K. Simmons or A.J. Hinch? Because I've seen you in the role before.
Yeah.
Lovely game was great.
I managed a perfect game, which obviously was all about the manager. So I'm going to say I'm a very slightly better we're so blessed to have AJ. You know,
I was about
that
to
whole
ask.
coaching staff has been so. And you hear the Tigers players now talk about AJ and the whole staff more than I've ever heard players talk about their coaches and how valuable they are.
Did you ever get a chance to meet Sparky Anderson?
I did, yes. Well after his Tigers days, yeah. But I got to meet him.
And Jim Leyland, obviously.
Leyland, that was another scary experience. that was more intimidating than meeting, Brad Pitt or
Really?
Yeah, I was so. Well, I mean, I basically grew the mustache for that movie. And this is way before Leyland was with the Tigers, because even when he was with the Pirates, I just loved the guy, and I knew he had the Michigan background. So Frank Perry is largely based on Leyland.
So doing a sports movie, how difficult is that? Because you want to try to make it look authentic. How difficult?
I mean, in a way, it's every 9-year-old's dream come true, and we're still all that. At least I am still that 9-year-old on the inside. A baseball movie, a cowboy movie, Yeah, it was an absolute treat. And we had so many guys, a good friend of mine still to this day, Jim Colborn, ex-big league pitcher and pitching coach. He was an extra on that movie. He's sitting next to me, and I'm going, do I know you? We strike up a conversation. We were surrounded by baseball knowledge. Sam Raimi, Michigan's Sam Raimi, directing, really gave everybody a lot of leeway to bring our own
really
baseball.
good movie.
Oh, terrific. No doubt.
Love the game again.
We want you to be more than an extra in our next segment. Would you sit on the set with us and do some live look-ins of other games?
Can I keep the hat on?
Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely.
Yeah, man.